Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today, it is another brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And joining me today is Doppio Mating Cosplay. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing fine.
Hey, thank you so much for joining me on a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? I just want to say that I love your cosplay of Johnny Joestar, and I already know that this interview is going to be amazing because I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I don't care that Trav and Dee don't love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's one of the best animes out there. And if you don't like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, then you can stick it. So before we get into today's interview, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Oh, and like Dee always says, podcast link down in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into it. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So one of the first things that I always ask my guests when I have them up here on an interview is, what is their origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who you are.
I am Jake. I am also known as Doppio Mating Call.cos. All of my social medias are that. So, but I started cosplaying about 2.5 years ago. Never really officially started like cosplaying until April of 2020. Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, there's not much to it. I have tons of cosplays to do soon, so if you're into JoJo or anything like that, my page is for you.
Yeah, and I just want to say, because I always do my research when I have somebody on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and like, you have so many amazing costumes on your page, and a lot of them are JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So he's right when he says that. Now, I wanted to ask you, how was it when you went to your first con?
I went to MTech 2019. It was my first convention. It was kind of like a birthday gift, I guess.
Nice.
But it was extremely nice. The community was extremely welcoming. And I got asked for pictures right away. And there were so many cool people. Some of the friends that I have now are from MTech. And it was just overall an amazing convention.
Nice. I always feel like it's cool when you go to a convention and for your first one, you were actually in cosplay and people wanted to take pictures with you. I'm sure that they were asking questions and stuff like that. And how you said you met a bunch of new friends. You went there with friends, but you met a bunch of new people there. And then those people become your friends. And then y'all become like the Avengers. And it's like y'all just storm the con floor when you go to the next one. And that's one of the things that I love about cosplay, is that you'll meet so many different people there, but everyone has the same interests. They like the same anime, video games, stuff like that. And that's one of the things that I love about cosplay. So something that a lot of cosplayers tell me when I interview them is that they go to some of the smaller cons when they first start out because they don't want to go to a bigger one because they don't want to feel overwhelmed. They want to get their feet wet before they, venture off into the bigger ones. Now, was your first con, was it a smaller one or was it a bigger one?
No, it was a pretty big one. I'm pretty sure it's like one of the biggest conventions here in Tennessee, at least in Middle Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a pretty big convention. It was like 3-day convention, so your normal convention times. And I went, of course, one day, but it was pretty big and surprisingly it didn't feel overwhelming.
Nice. Yeah, I always feel like because I remember the first time I had went to a convention, I went there by myself. And I'm always hyped. I'm very charismatic, so it's like I can usually handle any type of situation that I'm in. I'm a professional wrestler, so I mean, I have to be like that. But I just know that when you go to these things, sometimes it can be overwhelming when you go by yourself. So it's awesome that you got your feet wet at a big convention. So when it comes to continue to go into different conventions, you're already ready. You already know what to expect. Now, I wanted to ask you, because you went to your first con and then of course the pandemic happened. Are you looking forward to the con scene starting back up and being able to show off some of your new cosplays that you've done since then?
Yes, I am. I don't I don't know if I'll be going to any conventions this year, just because there aren't that many that I can go to.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be going. I'll be trying to go to all 3 days of MTech 2022,
Nice.
and I'll have JoJo cosplay probably on this Sunday. I don't really know yet, but yeah, I'm definitely going to MTech. I might be going to YalmaCon this year. I don't know.
Nice.
But I can't
So
wait.
I wanted to ask you, because you're cosplaying as Johnny Joestar. Is he your favorite JoJo?
Ah, that's hard. I feel like I kind of really like Jolene, but Johnny might be my favorite Joestar. But I also really like Jonathan.
I love Jonathan.
I like them all. I don't really have a favorite Joestar.
It's so hard to pick. And I appreciate you saying that you like Jonathan, because I feel like Jonathan is one of the Joestars that a lot of people overlook, because they say that part 1 is the most boring part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I like all of them, but to some people, some people will say that, yeah, you got to skip part 1 and part 2 and just jump straight to part 3. And I'm just like, no. Like, it's like, if you don't know the story, then you can't just jump straight to part 3. You know what I'm saying?
If you jump right to part 3, you're going to be confused. You're going to be asking, who is this character? Why is he or she so important?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you skipped 2 parts that you could have just easily watched.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I 100% agree with you. So which part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is your favorite?
Part 4 is always and will always be my favorite.
Yes. I'm glad that you said that, because if you didn't, then this interview would have been over. But no, yeah, part 4 is my favorite as well. I love Josuke. I think that Jotaro is a better character in part 4 than he is in part 3, in my honest opinion. Because in part 3, Jotaro's just like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and that's pretty much it. Whereas in part 4, he's matured a lot. He's in his late 20s, and he's the voice of reason. He's the person that the other boys go to when they have an issue or they need help with something. So I love Jotaro in part 4. And then Kira, he's my favorite villain out of all of the villains in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. How about you?
Same.
Nice.
I'm just biased towards part 4.
Mm-hmm. And look, Kira got that hand. Oh man, no, it's funny. And I do want to touch on that. I love all of the JoJo images that you have behind you. I've noticed them. It's awesome. It's always awesome when you get somebody that loves JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I got Josuke and Jotaro sitting over here next to me, and I do have a Stardust Crusaders poster that I need to hang up. I just haven't had time to hang it up, and as everyone can see, I really don't have any space on my wall, so I don't even know where I would even put it at. Now, I wanted to ask you this, because I've seen that on your page you've cosplayed as some of the members of Gorillaz. Now, is that one of your favorite groups that you love to listen to when you're not cosplaying, or when you are cosplaying?
Yes, I really like Gorillaz. It is like they're my favorite artists, and I do listen to them a lot when I cosplay.
Nice.
When I make TikToks, I use a lot of their 2018 Now songs for Johnny, just because I feel like it fits a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I do use a lot of Gorilla songs for my JoJo cosplays, but I also do listen to Blur, which is another British group that the singer of Gorillaz was in Classes. So,
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
they're mostly known for Song 2. It's one of their most popular songs. Yeah, Gorillaz is like my favorite band of like all time.
Yeah, Gorillaz is a group that I would love to see in concert if I ever have the opportunity to. Like, and now that, I mean, I think that they have had a concert, but it's been like a long time since they've had one. I mean, then of course, because of the pandemic and whatnot, I know that they still come out with albums. You know, Taking It Back for me, Demon Days is, you know, one of my favorite Gorillaz albums. And some of the songs from that album I have on my gym playlist: Feel Good Inc., Dare. You know, Gorillaz, I feel like when Demon Days came out, like that's when they really went mainstream. Like their first album, I feel like it's kind of underrated in a way, because it's like they had a few hits up there, but when Feel Good Inc., but when Demon Days came out, like that's when everybody started talking about Gorillaz.
Who's that cosplayer?
It's Mermaid!
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you, like, do you have any Gorillaz memorabilia or anything like that?
What? Sorry.
Like Gorillaz memorabilia, like any like vinyls or anything like that?
Oh yes, I have the Humans album in a vinyl form. I have them up on my wall.
Nice. That's awesome. So, you know, I know that a lot of anime companies, they are releasing vinyl albums for, you know, certain animes and whatnot. Do you have any of those as well, or do you only have the Gorillaz one?
I only have the Gorillaz one, sadly, but then again, vinyls are expensive. And
yes, they are. They are. Like, I know Funimation, they had came out with one for My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, and I think it was somewhere between $30 to $50, and I really want to get it. I'm pretty sure it's sold out now, and if I do get it now, it's probably over $200 or something like that, because you know how people get that type of stuff. But I want to ask you, what are some of your favorite animes that you're into besides JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I really, besides JoJo, I kind of have two favorite animes. They're like both in one, like number one, which is JoJo and Love Live. I love all the Love Live series. And then my second favorite is Dragon Maid, Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And then like battling for third place is Shuffle and Wonder Egg Priority.
Nice.
And then I have tons of other different favorite animes, but it's too many to name all.
That's one of the things that I love asking people, like what their favorite animes are, because it's kind of like Forrest Gump, where it's like life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And everybody has so many different choices when it comes to anime. Now, I want to piggyback off of something that you just said, because you said that Love Live was one of them. And I had saw on your Instagram that you're a part of a Love Live group called the Butterfly Love Idols. And I see that it's something that's just now starting up. But how did you get into that group?
I found a scouting post from like another cosplayer's Instagram. I found their scouting post and I was like, hey, this seems really cool, because there's not many Love Live groups in Tennessee that would take someone under 18. So I was like, oh, cool. And the people who are actually in it are beginners. So I thought, hey, as someone who's been doing this for not a long time, but like a decent amount of time, I thought, why not? But I also have another idol group that I'm in, which is like a 3-person group. We haven't really done anything yet either, because we're still trying to find another member or something. But yeah, that's kind of it. The Love Live community is so nice.
That's awesome.
And amazing, especially the idol community, because we're all just here to have fun.
Yeah, I've interviewed a bunch of cosplayers, like the Honey Pop Dreamers. That's one of the groups that I've interviewed a lot of the members from that. And one of the things that I love about the Love Live groups is the dance numbers that everybody does, and especially when you watch the videos when they put in the anime from Love Live, and then you have the people on cosplay doing the dances. I just think it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you see every day, and to see everybody just kill it in their dance videos. Now, is that something that you've always been into, or is that something that you got into later in life?
I think I've always kind of had that like passion for dance, even though I kind of started more into the singing kind of thing. But I've always just kind of liked dance.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that, but it's not like something I'm big on, I guess. But when it comes to Love Live, I do my best to try to perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's just something I feel so strongly about. But
nice.
Yeah, I've kind of always liked dance.
Nice. So, because we kind of segue a little bit from cosplay, I wanted to ask you, what are some of your hobbies that you're into when you're not cosplaying?
Well, dancing, of course. I really like listening to music. I play video games sometimes. Drawing, sometimes. I barely draw. But that's pretty much it. I don't do much.
So what are some of the video games that you play?
Okay. I play Identity 5 on mobile, and I have the first 2 Danganronpa games, and the PS4 Love Live game.
Nice. Now, I really don't play a lot of games, and there's only a few that I'm playing right now. Persona 3 is one of them, and Streets of Rage 4. Now, have you ever played any of the Persona games?
No, but I really, really want to play the games because I really want to get into that.
Yo, the music in the games are fun. The stories are fun. And because you love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the games are pretty much like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's instead of them having stands, they have personas, and a lot of the voice actors and actresses who do work on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are in the Persona games. Well, the ones that do have voice acting. I've never played 1 and 2, so I don't know if those games have voice acting, but the newer ones, 3 through 5, like most of the characters from those animes are in not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but in the Persona games. And I just think it's awesome because they're both pretty much the same thing. Mm-hmm. Now, I wanted to ask you this question, and this kind of goes back to cosplay. What are some of your favorite costumes that you've done?
Well, Johnny, of course, even though he's not really finished. I'm currently kind of working on one. But I really like my Sonia Nevermind cosplay. I'm working on another version of her.
Nice.
I just have to get a few things. And trying to think. I don't know. Literally any of my JoJo cosplays I really, really liked.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much.
Yeah, like I really liked the Kakyoin cosplay that you did. And then especially in one of the picture, I think it was either the picture or the video where you did the donut. And I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, to everybody that's watching, we interviewed the voice actor who voices Kakyoin, Kyle Abear. And that video is on our YouTube, so make sure you check that out. And also, too, we've interviewed some of the other voice actors who are in part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Alan Lee, Morgan Berry, Jason Manoka, and Deneen Melody. All those videos are here on the channel, so make sure you check those out and like, follow, subscribe. So One last question that I have for you, and then we can go ahead and wrap this thing up, is what is some advice that you would give to someone who would like to get into cosplay?
One of my major my dog just entered my room. One of my major advices is to stay away from drama if it doesn't include you, especially on TikTok. It doesn't matter your weight, height, gender, color, it doesn't matter your race, anything, or your disability. It doesn't matter if you have a disability or not. Your cosplay will be amazing. Not everyone's going to be canon, but if you want to be canon in your view, then you can be canon in your view. It doesn't matter if your cosplay is bought, made yourself, or isn't completely done, or is closeted. Cosplay is supposed to be fun. You make it fun. That's how. And the community is fun. Kind of.
I like how you said kind of.
Outside of TikTok, it's fun. Trust me. Conventions are fun. Go to conventions. Stay safe on the internet, especially if you're under 18 when it comes to cosplay. That's one of my also major suggestions. That's pretty much it. Just have fun.
I love that. And you're right. Like, cosplay is all about just having fun. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what your sex is. It doesn't matter what you look like. You can have fun when it comes to cosplay. Oh, hi, doggy. What's your dog's name?
Her name is Mabel.
Hey, Mabel.
Yeah.
Hey.
She likes to come into my room.
Hey, that's awesome. Here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, we've had animals make cameos before on the video podcast that we've done and reviews. So, Mabel, it's nice seeing you. Thank you for joining us at the end of the interview. So I just want to say thank you again for joining me on Who's That Cosplayer. You are awesome. And before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at doppiomatingcall.cos. And I also have another YouTube channel for gaming. It's JJDXRling_IDV on Instagram. That's where I post my Identity V cosplays, not cosplays, gaming videos.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. But I'm mostly active on Instagram, post-wise, mostly TikTok.
Nice. Yeah, thank you so much again for coming up here on Who's That Cosplayer. And everybody that's watching right now, make sure you go and follow him on all of the cosplay channels that he said. And you know where you can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. Make sure you check out some of our reviews, interviews, and reaction videos that we have here on the channel. And like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.